Hi Stampers, it's Elizabeth from StampScrapAndMore.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator located in Canada. Thanks for joining me today for another video tutorial. And guess what? We're going to be making a Christmas card. It's that time of year. And we're going to be combining two of my favorite elements, one from the annual catalog and one from the mini catalog, the September to December mini. Let's get started. Okay, first off, we are going to be using, surprise, 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 the Brightest Glow stamp set. And we're going to be using 'Tis the Season and Wishing You a Season of Hope and Light, I think. Or All is Merry and Bright. I'm not sure. I haven't stamped the inside of it yet, so that'll be a surprise for both of us. I'm also going to be using the Soft Shimmer 12 by 12 paper combo pack, which is this section here. And we're going to be using the Lost Lagoon, a very, very tiny piece of it. And I'm going to give you some alternates if you don't have it as we go through. I'm going to be using the small oval die from All That Dies. And the third largest from the Deckled Rectangles. And again, I'm going to give you alternates as we go along. And then from the September to December mini, we're going to be using the Forever Forest bundle. And that's it. That's it. Let me share with you the soft shimmer paper. This is the soft shimmer paper. And it has a soft shimmer to it. We're using a very small piece of this, just a very tiny piece. If you do not have the soft shimmer, you can use Pool Party. You can even use white, use Wink of Stella. We're going to be using it as a snow mound. This is the Brightest Glow stamp set, which I have used multiple times, and I'll link the latest video using this stamp set, as well as the Forever Forest dies. And again, I will link the latest video. I combined these in the last card I posted online. So we're going to be using just the snowflakes or the falling snow. And here is the die. Here's the All That Dies. Any small die that you have that will fit a sentiment. The tree dies, we are going to die cut them out in Mossy Meadow. And I think we're using this large one, and this one. So you'll see them as we go. And then the Deckled Rectangles, we are going to be using the third largest. And so you know it's 4.5 by 3. So if you don't have the Deckled Rectangles, no, not a problem. Just cut something out that's similar size. Let's get started. I'm going to share with you the card. Again, this was a swap card that I participated in, and this was my swap card. I loved how it turned out, a little bit different for me. The sizing, everything was just a little bit different, but I liked how it turned out. And yes, we're going to be doing some embossing. There's that piece of shimmer paper. You'll see the detail on it. You don't have the shimmer, and I know people are looking going, who's seen a blue snow mound? It's okay, it works. In my eyes, it works. You can use white if you want and use Wink of Stella. I just like that pop that the color has. And we're going to be using that color, Lost Lagoon, on the inside of the card for the sentiment. And then we've got 'Tis the Season. All right, so let's get started. I've got it all die cut out already. So standard size in North America, 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. It's in Pool Party. Again, the last card I made was also in Pool Party. You know, you can tell I have my favorites, right? And here is the piece of Deckled Rectangle. And it is 3 by 4 1/4. If you don't have the Deckled Rectangle, you can cut out a piece. It's actually 4.5, 3 by 4.5, but the Deckled Rectangle is a little bit smaller. It's 4 1/4. So if you want to cut it out and get that same look, it is 4.5 by 3. All right. But I'm going to use the Deckled Rectangle this time. Piece for the inside, which is standard, 5 1/4 by 4. And then here are the 3 trees that I die cut out. like that. And they're in Mossy Meadow. Here is my snow mound in the Lost Lagoon. And here is my All That Die, the oval one. Alrighty, let's do some embossing and some stamping and embossing. I'm going to take my embossing buddy and rub it over the front. I am also going to take it and rub it over the oval shape. And I didn't mount anything yet. I did not mount. So I'm just going to mount. I've got a very squeaky chair. I think maybe Santa Claus might bring me a chair for Christmas this year. I'm in desperate need. If you saw this one, oh, the arms are all chewed up on it, and it just squeaks every time I move. All right, and oh, I should get the 'Tis the Season. And the honest truth be known, the only reason why I'm using 'Tis the Season is because that's what fits on this die, and I wanted to use this oval shape. It's as basic as that, folks, as to what sentiments I'm using. All right. Now I'm going to randomly stamp the snowflakes. And yeah, I'm overlapping. It's okay. It's okay. They're just snowflakes. Or falling snow, because they don't really look like snowflakes. And like that. And I am going to sprinkle the white embossing powder on it. I've got lots of junk in my embossing powder. I should clean it out. Run it through a sieve. Oh, Elizabeth. I didn't do a very good job. I have some here. So let me just put that aside. I can't handle it when there's, you can feel the flakes or the little pieces of powder. And anyone else like that? I just, there we go. The grit, when you can feel the grit. And now I'm going to stamp the 'Tis the Season like this. And I'm going to put the powder on this one. Now, the last video I did, the sound went really wonky when using it. Sometimes it works and the computer cuts out the sound of the heat gun and I can still talk and you hear it, but the last time it did not like it. So I'm going to emboss this and then I'm going to remove the sound and speed it up so that you don't have to hear it. But the thing with heat embossing is if you're new to it, keep moving your heat gun. You can heat from the back, from the front. You can see it melt. Then just put it aside. But I'm going to remove the sound so you don't hear the heat gun. So that is the 'Tis the Season. That was actually quite fast. And now I'm just going to pick this up again on a spot that doesn't have any embossing powder on it. Right there is good. And now I'm going to do this all over again and I'm going to heat up the snowboard. And there we have it all heated up. Oh, I can see a couple of spots right here that haven't melted. So just give me 1 second while I go back in and hit it. Better. It melted those 2 spots. Okay. And you can, the way I've held the paper, it's curled a little bit. So I'm just going to lay it down there and put the stamp case on top of it. Actually, you know what? I might put the plate on top of it. There we go. Okay, so on the inside, I'm going to use, what should I use? 'Tis the season, wishing you a season of hope and light. All is merry and bright. Let your heart be light. 'Tis the season, hoping your Christmas shines bright with the love of family and friends. I think I'm going to use that one. And again, I've used Lost Lagoon. I'm using Lost Lagoon. Okay. I don't know if anybody, I love it when I have a weekend off and I can play, which is what I've done the last couple of days. But I always have the TV going. I don't know if anybody else is like that. And so yesterday I watched Beckham on Netflix. I actually highly recommend it. It was quite interesting. You know, it doesn't help that he's an attractive man to look at, but it was actually a really good documentary. So I highly recommend Beckham if you're looking for something to watch. All right, that's going to go on the inside. So I am going to pop this up on dimensionals. This is, I've said this before, out of my comfort zone. I don't normally pop up the front without a layer on the background. And I also don't usually cut the front layers to this size, but I like how it turned out. And because it has warped a titch, I am going to OD on the dimensionals so that this baby doesn't go anywhere and it lays flat. I know you can't tell, but I can feel granulars on my pad here. I'll have to vacuum the table off once I'm done and get rid of any of those the little grains of embossing powder. Do this way. I'm talking to myself. Okay, so here's the original card, and right, see, like where I cut it instead of using the deckled rectangles. It's totally up to you guys. And I am going to lay this down like that, and it's going to be flush. I am going to be using, I see a piece that didn't die cut out here properly. I'm going to be using Tombow glue. I want to rip it. There's a tiny, tiny piece there that didn't come out. There we go. I'm going to be using Tombow glue on this. You can use the adhesive sheets if you so desire. Tip with the Tombow glue is ... and find one that's not clogged. ... There we go. I'm going to do ... down the center. And make sure you get right to the tip. So both the north and south tip. Flip it over. And oh, I think it should go right there. Alrighty. And now the snow mound. The snow mound I used was this one that is in the Forever Dies. And I'm going to pop that up like this. And I'm going to use little dimensionals. And I'm going to put them towards the bottom because this tree gets tucked in just a little bit. Like that. Okie dokie. And I'm going to put it kind of like that. I think I put it more in the center here, but that's okay. And then this one, I am going to pop up, oops, upside down. I'm going to pop that up. And you need really thin strip of dimensionals. I'm just going to trim it off here. that. I've shown this tip before. I'll show it to you again. Because it's so thin, oh, this is Mossy Meadow. So I'm going to take my Mossy Meadow blends, and I am just going to color in. You can use light or dark. I happen to pick up the dark. I'm going to color in that side and this side. I haven't taken that adhesive strip off yet, just so you know. And that way, you won't be able to see it. It won't be as obvious if you, to see, only because it's so narrow. Like this. I wanted to tuck it under just a little bit. There we go. Like that. Okay. And now, the little one, the wee one. I am going to put some Tombow glue, and it's going to go on the top of the mound. Don't put any Tombow glue up at the top, so just put it sort of the lower half. And if you have your tweezers, it would help for placement. Whoops, I have maybe too much Tombow glue there. Let me just take some off and try this one more time. If you want to get really fiddly, you can put a small piece of dimensional right at the very top. But you know, it's, to me, that's if I stick this down and it cures well enough, it's not going to go anywhere. There we go. And now I'm going to put 'Tis the Season. Oh, look at this. I've got adhesive and ink on my fingers already. I'm going to put 'Tis the Season here. Dimensionals. I'm going to put 1, 2, 3 dimensionals. This is a really simple card, but it has the die cutting and embossing, which takes it up a little bit. Which is the last card I did as well, which was really simple, but it had die cutting and embossing on it. And now I'm going to take 3 rhinestones. I'm not sure where my take your pick is. Oh, there it is. And let's see, I'm going to take a big one. I'll put one there. And oh, I don't have any medium ones left. Just small ones. And I think I'll put one there. And then one there. And then what we're going to do is adhere this to the inside. And you folks have another card that I think is really cute. I really love this. It's very simple, classic, and I love it. Even nicer if I stamp that straight. So there's the card. And this card, I had not stamped a sentiment on the inside, so let me just do that now. And the Lost Lagoon ink I'm using just matches the Lost Lagoon snow mound. Oops, that's 'Tis the Season. There we go, it's this one. Like I said, if you don't have the shimmer paper, whatever it's called, you can use piece of Pool Party, use Wink of Stella, a piece of basic white, and cover it in Wink of Stella. So you've got a couple of options there to recreate the card using whatever you have on hand, because that's, you know, we all want to use what we have on hand. I actually have totally run out of Pool Party. So this morning I just ordered 2 more packages of it. It's one of my favorite colors to use for Christmas. Oops. Oh, it'd be nice if I came up. Be nice if I came up so you could see it. So there is the card. I love how that turned out. That was the original one, and this is the one that we created just today using the deckled edge. So you can see this one without the deckled edge and the one with the deckled edge. Which one do you like better? Be nice if I could get them straight, but it's reverse in camera. Thanks for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed that card and that you are inspired. And as always, thanks for stopping by, and we'll talk to you again soon. Bye.